Hello and welcome to our program Newsmaker of the Month. My name is Elias Patel, and today with us in the studio we have a very interesting and distinguished guest, our one and only Major Vijay Bhasin. Major, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Nice of you.
So, first of all, I would like to ask you, you have so many accolades, but let's start from the beginning and let our viewers know a little bit about what it is that made you join the Indian Army.
Well, I'll start, Mr. Patel, right from the beginning itself, that Major Vijay Bhasin or Vijay Kumar Bhasin, who sustained spinal injury while I was posted in Kargil in 1982. And I became slightly partially disabled. And thereafter, I was taken to Army Hospital. But the doctor was so good, the surgeon was so good, he didn't want to use the knife on me. And well, that's that. And then, you see, I come from a very modest family. My father was a medical doctor.
Okay.
And my grandfather, that is his father, lost in business in Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
And they became quite poor. So poor that my father used to study during his medical college under the lamppost with a blanket on top of him.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
But anyhow, he was studying all the time in scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And well, he was a visionary. And I studied in that small village, and where English was never taught till the 6th class, all right? And I studied in that Hindi medium. In fact, no, you will not be amazed that we used to sweep the class ourselves with the cow dung.
Wow. Okay.
And even the slates or the wooden plank that you used to have for writing, that was polished by us itself.
Nice.
Anyhow, after passing the 5th class, my father, who was a visionary, thought in his wisdom to put me in a boarding school in English medium in Dehradun.
Nice.
Since I didn't know English at all, I remember the principal there, he said, no, you'll have to repeat one more class. So I was admitted in class 5th itself,
Again.
which my father didn't mind at all.
Right.
And I was put in the boarding house. And since I came from a Hindi medium, honestly speaking, everybody used to laugh on me because I didn't know English at all.
Sure.
But I resolved in my mind that day, I said, look, chums,
Yeah.
I'll teach you all in English one day, which I did at IIM Ahmedabad.
That's a wonderful story, sir. And
And
sure.
that's what I felt about that, all right?
Right.
And in fact, I was posted initially to Devlali for my young officers course, artillery course.
Right.
And thereafter, after about 5 months or so, I went to a place called as Talbehet near Jhansi and Babina. There was no accommodation whatsoever. We lived in the tented in the sweltering heat. Temperature used to be almost about 48, 49, but we stayed over there. But mind it, I was badly ragged by my seniors, very badly ragged by my seniors.
Right.
And thereafter, little training in the unit itself, which was a light artillery unit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was posted I was moved in mid 1971 to J&K Theatre.
Okay.
And thereafter, for after 3 to 4 months, we were inducted into the IndoPak 71 theatre itself.
Wow. All right. So, you spoke about the IndoPak War in 1971. I'm sure a lot of our viewers were not even born at that time when you were fighting for your country. So, could you tell us a little bit about what that was like?
Yes, please. You see, as we moved, in fact, and before that, in fact, Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, he assembled all the army officers at Jammu and gave a good motivational talk. And he said, go on, it's like a cakewalk, and keep marching regardless, and keep thanking Field Marshal Sam. That was the humor itself. As we were crossing the minefield, I saw a gentleman having his bath in cold weather with the cold water.
Right.
I said, who could be this idiot? I said so.
Right.
And prompt came the reply. He said, gentlemen, I'm your commander, Brigadier Vora. Well, I had to apologize to him.
Right.
But imagine, look at the man. He passed his orders and it percolated down the tray. And the man is so cool. He followed us a little later.
Lovely. Right.
I'm following you up.
Wow, that must have been a story to tell at the officers' mess that evening with all your friends.
That's true. Everybody laughed, in fact.
Sure.
And you see, as we were crossing the minefield, in fact, we noticed some saber jets coming on top of us. Now, that was a terrible situation at the time. They hoed us twice.
Wow.
And we thought, but for sure, that death has come now.
Yeah.
But fortunately, they considered us as an impromptu target.
Right.
And probably the headquarters in Pakistan must have said, you fools, we sent you for some other mission. Why to pick up this impromptu target? They went to Pathankot. In fact, we heard on our radio, all right, and they pounded Pathankot airfield very badly, in fact.
Wow.
And yeah, that was so. Another experience which I'll tell you was, you see, our command post is very nicely dug underground. And one day I found Pakistani shelling right on top of me, on the mango tree under which we were hiding.
Wow.
It completely finished the mango tree, and fortunately, we were saved, in fact.
Okay.
And another thing I'll tell you is that after the ceasefire, in fact, as I was standing outside thinking the war is over now, I find a small, guided, unusual from Pakistan, which nearly brushed off my kidney. Fortunately, again got saved. So that is how, in fact, the experience is. And yeah, that is what
these stories are amazing. So I had another question to ask you, and this is regarding an injury that you suffered at the time. So could you tell us a little bit about that and what exactly happened?
Yes, I would, sir. You see, I was posted at Kargil in the year 1982, where the temperature falls below minus 30 degrees. In fact, Kargil is the area where the snowfall is the heaviest in J&K, Ladakh area. And you see, they say that if you maintain your good health and you maintain your equipment well, half of the battle is won.
Right there. Yes.
So I was just going around my gun area as a battery commander, officiating battery commander.
Right.
I slipped on snow. There was nothing to stop me.
Right.
Temperature outside was minus 29.
Wow.
And as a result of which, I sustained the spinal injury and became low medical category.
Right. Right.
I had paresthesia, that is numbness on my soles. And thereafter, I found myself in the Army base hospital in Delhi.
Okay.
I was there for 4 months. I couldn't get up. I was like a log.
Yeah.
But the surgeon was so good, he made sure that he didn't use the knife upon me. But somehow, since I was low medical category, there were no fresh postings for me.
Right.
Right. There was no promotion left for me. I couldn't do any important courses also. So I knew I had to get out.
Sure. And so, you know, this is a really interesting topic for us. I would like to talk about, you know, the healing power of music, and I'll come to that in some time because you're a very avid keyboardist. You play the piano, you play the keyboard. Before we get into that topic, so I would like to talk a little bit about the books that you've written. You're an author of so many different books. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that journey has been?
Thank you. You see, the first book I wrote was way back in 1980s. That was superpower rivalry in the Indian Ocean.
Right.
It was the hottest topic then. Even now, today is the burning topic of the day itself.
Yeah.
So that I wrote, and subsequently I wrote was Soviet intervention in Afghanistan, its background and implications. It is available in New York Library even today.
Wow.
All right, and I'm sure it would be in the White House also.
Amazing, amazing.
And the third book which I wrote was at IIM, Indian Institute of Management, with two professors over there.
Wow.
And that was on exports of rice itself, or the commodities itself.
Interesting.
And another book which I co-authored also was with Dr. Kush, a world-renowned gentleman in America itself.
Okay.
And I contributed one full chapter over there.
Amazing.
And then I wrote various articles and all. I was the editor of 2 international journals. The last one being is the Commodity Today.
Right.
And on and on. That's all.
Well, for our viewers who don't know this, Major Bhasin is also very well known in social circles for the services that he provides to the underprivileged, and he's been doing a lot of work to help cancer patients, specifically children. You were telling me a little earlier on about the Tata Memorial Hospital and the work that you've been doing for them. Can you tell us a little bit about that? That's so inspiring, that story.
Yes. I'll just tell you is that, you see, my wife, Neelam,
yes,
she too was suffering with this monstrous disease so-called as cancer. And once she faded away from here, I made sure that I thought I must work for cancer patients, must work for destitute homes,
right,
must work for the hospitals, blind schools, and old age homes. That
Sure.
became my passion, in fact. And I thought I want enough money, of course, is of no use. It's good that I devote my time or my life, balance of my number of years, into such noble deeds. So, which I did. You see, it was an amazing experience. I'll tell you 2 instances.
Sure.
One was at Tata Memorial Institute, where I find children getting unloaded in bundles, afflicted with cancer.
Yeah.
And well, the only thing I could do was make them dance and bring happiness to them. And I thought they were also strong enough to take it on, this disease itself.
Right.
And to others, as I was talking, you not believe me, Mr. Patel, moisture gathered in my eyes. I couldn't see it, these small children.
Yeah.
And the second instance was at Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Institute at Delhi.
Okay.
As I was playing, one of the staff members, he sobbed like a child, and we had to intervene in between to make her calm.
Wow.
Right. And the third is, sorry, another one is,
please tell us.
I went to the destitute home, and there I found, it was amazing. And the sister told me that people are so hard-hearted, all right, stone-hearted, that they come at night quietly and leave the old ladies over there at their doors itself. This was terrible.
Yeah.
And the last was experience in the blind school.
Okay.
We had small children, absolutely blind.
Right.
But yet, I got motivated from them. One of the girls was teaching computer science in the school.
Wow.
Amazing, all right?
Right.
Another boy, whom I said, son, what happened to you? He says, from childhood, I'm blind, but my passion now is, vision now is to appear for the competitive examination, that's the IS, and I'll get through. Look at the determination he had with him. In fact, I thought he was more soldier than me.
Than you, yes.
Itself.
Yeah, the fighting spirit.
Again, Mr. Patel, you'll not believe me. I could not control my well of tears listening to them.
Yeah. I mean, these stories, are bound to inspire all our viewers. The never say die attitude as a soldier, which you've taken forward to help the underprivileged in this life. is
That's right.
amazing.
And again, I went to Mother Teresa's old age home, and there I found many ladies over there. They only admit the ladies over there. And even mother was telling me, he said, they just leave outside my door. And I pick them up. I go to the bus stands. I go to the railway station. Whosoever is left like this,
Right.
I just pick them up like Mother Teresa did it.
Wow.
So it's a scene to be believed, sir.
Absolutely.
It's a scene to be believed.
That's amazing. And of course, your musical journey, you started playing the keyboard a little later on and you started entertaining people with your musical skills.
I'll tell you how. You see, I have a passion for golf. All
Okay.
right. I play golf in the morning as well as in the evening.
Sure.
Corresponding to walking almost about 10 kilometers a day.
Wow.
But still, I was left with some time. And to keep the wild thoughts away, some of my grown girlfriends told me, not that I really have, just joking, they suggested me to go in for the piano.
Right.
And believe me, I adopted that, and there was no looking backwards for it.
That's amazing.
God had been very kind. He opened the gates for me, and I learned in a very short span of time.
Beautiful.
And I was playing all over.
Lovely.
And
Great.
that's what I'm doing now.
Great, great. And you've now relocated to Goa. You live in Goa now for the last so many years. You spend time traveling, of course, but how has your life been in our state?
I'll say this way, that after my wife's passing away, she liked this place, you see. When she was in an advanced stage of the disease, she came over here, liked the place.
Right.
So I considered in my wisdom to park myself in this beautiful place here.
Okay.
Right? Gateway to heaven, as you call Goa. So I stay here for 8 months and 4 months in Delhi.
You travel.
And out of those 4 months, 1 month to Florida, where my daughter stays.
Wow. So you've been traveling all over the country and the world.
Yeah, I keep traveling. I'll just tell you about my 2 granddaughters.
Yeah, please.
One of my granddaughter she is a US favored child,
Okay.
adopted child,
Lovely.
and out of 1.2 million girls who sat for the competition, she came number 3.
Wow.
All right, sir.
That's amazing.
And my another granddaughter,
Okay.
studying in Delhi here, she wrote a book at the age, mind it, at the age of 13 years, at the behest of the Ministry of Commerce. They paid for it.
That's amazing.
And that is trophy goes to.
So that goes to show that the full family, it's a very talented family.
Well,
They've got a great grandfather, I mean, not a great grandfather, but a grandfather who's great to look up to. So obviously they would be following in your footsteps.
You may say that, sir.
That's wonderful. And sir, before we wrap up, I have a final question, and that is, what message would you like to give our viewers based on if they may have doubts about themselves or about moving forward in life? What would you like to tell them?
As I told you earlier, sir, you must be determined to help others.
Right.
1. Secondly, I'll now add is that they must be learning music or listen to the music itself.
Lovely.
Because music echoes love, care and compassion.
Yes.
It teaches you empathy, humility and patience.
It does.
All right?
Sure.
And I'm sure if they adopt all this, they'll do well. And last but not least is, I'm told that music even enhances your IQ.
It actually does. There are scientific studies that have proven that. So thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us in the program. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Please continuing inspiring and don't stop all the fantastic work that you've been doing. Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir.